Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
So what brought you up here about the conversation? This is how I'm going to do that. We all know the assignment. There's anything in the prompt that you want to touch, or if it's something that brought you up here, we can just talk about it.
The prompt, everything.
All right, so let's talk about it then. Run it down.
So, ladies, why do you ask for men to step up and lead, yet micromanage how it's done? I think it's a desire, but there's a lack of trust. A lack of trust in the person's ability to actually lead. So because there's a lack of trust, even though the desire to want a leader is there, the ability to let go of the rein is not.
Okay, so why is there a lack of trust there for somebody that's brand new in a brand new situation?
Because they don't trust their ability to choose the right person for them.
So the person that's making the... Hold on, wait a second.
So in other words, like, let's say I wanted a leader, and then my husband came as a leader, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to micromanage, and it's because, well, I'm not sure of his ability to lead. But since I've been leading myself... So since I've been leading myself this whole time, I trust more in my leadership over me than someone else leading me.
I understand that mindset, but again, if you're saying you want a leader, right? Wouldn't that obligate you in some way? If you're saying that this is what I desire, right? And then you get that. At that moment, does it not have to obligate you to follow that person blindly if in fact that's what you're saying you want? And he's giving you every reason to give him that, the reins like that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you just going after some goofy. You know what I mean? I'm saying that dude is standing on business and he's trying to move in a way that's beneficial for you, him, and your family. And you still try to micromanage that, but he's displaying everything that you're saying that you wouldn't. Wouldn't that require you to follow him?
Of course.
What you want.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we are prepared for what we're asking for. You know what I mean? Internally.
Oh, okay. Again, I've been sitting here taking tallies all day, all right, of the things that I've been hearing women say in responses to these questions. So this is going to be some interesting shit, because right now, as it stands right now, you don't trust us as a whole, okay? And this, again, it's different women's perspectives. In a nutshell, y'all don't trust us. And y'all got a lot of trauma as to why you don't trust us. You think you got it all under control. You want us when it's convenient. But if you don't have complete control, you don't want it at all.
No, we still want it, but we don't want what comes with it.
That's some interesting shit, man.
It's wild. It doesn't make logical sense because it's an emotional thing.
I hate this narrative. Don't get me wrong, bro. I love your ass to death. I love this panel. But ladies, I'm just going to be honest. I do not give a flying fuck about your pain. If I didn't cause it, don't make me responsible for it. I understand y'all went through some stuff. But if the man that you are talking to is not harming you emotionally, physically, whatever the case may be, don't ask for a leader and then try to micromanage him. That is so disrespectful, because you're telling him that not only do you not trust him, but you're asking him to fulfill shoes you don't even give him, the full
give him the space to do it.
No, absolutely. And like I tell those that I work with, my clients, I have to let them know that the world don't owe you understanding. That's one thing you have to come into relationships understanding, is that the world doesn't owe you any. So if you want the best version of your mate, then you have to show up as the best version of his preference. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Because I can't move past this until I make sure I registered it right. You said that you can't. The world doesn't owe you understanding, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so is it not a thing where society dictates how the person is supposed to be to some degree?
It all depends on if the person is an individual that needs society to tell them what to do and how to do it. For me, myself, I knew that the man that I wanted, because I wrote him down on paper in in terms of character, nothing tangible. Everything was just character traits. I knew that I had to develop into a healthier version of myself first, because I couldn't go to him, unhealed with some emotional baggage, but yet I expect him to come full. He doesn't have to understand my trauma. He has to know that I'm his preference. That's what I had to get into my head.
Okay, I got you. All right. Okay. You can continue. You said you wanted to go ahead and tackle all of this. I mean, this is the first time we've heard this today. You hit us with all perspectives at one time. Let's go.
Is it that a woman truly believes she's a better leader, or is she trying to prove to herself that she is? I don't even know how to answer that. I hadn't taken the time to think about that, so I'm going to go to the next one. Why is it... I'm sorry?
I said, okay.
Yeah, I don't like to respond to something I haven't fully thought on yet. Why is it that being a non-submissive woman a flex? I don't see... I don't see it as a flex, but I'm trying to see why someone else would see it as a flex. I think it may be a flex because it gives her this idea that no one can tell me what to do. I'm my own person. I make my own rules. I do my own thing. So it's a false sense of power that she has, a false sense of control that she's walking around with this idea that I don't need to submit to a man.
Simply put, you ain't got a driver's license. It's over from that point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it simply put, you ain't got a driver's license. Everything that you just said went out the window.
So, I mean, I don't see it as a flex. I see it as a cowardly act, in that it's easy not to trust. It's easy not to follow. It's easy to go your own way, and it's easy to be independent. But with relationships, even with marriage, you need to be interdependent. So this non-submissive attitude just needs to go out the window if you want to work and cooperate with someone.
Right, but she's saying it's easy to be independent versus to be interdependent, because now you have to cooperate with somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Now you have to mesh your ideas with this person's ideas and make it work in the middle. You have to, with being independent, you have the ability to make all the decisions yourself. You ain't gotta. There's no room for compromise because you're gonna do what the fuck you want. So that is much easier. Yeah. See, I'll be having conversations with the elders, y'all. Like, when I sit and say that I'll be talking to people that's up in their years, and I really be having conversation outside of TikTok when I'll be talking about this shit, I really do be doing that shit, because I need to learn certain things myself before I can present it to y'all in a way that, you know what I'm saying, may or may not come across in a positive manner. You see what I'm saying?
If you got the right partner, if you got somebody that's going to hold you up, it's a lot easier. Take it from somebody that knows.
It is. It definitely is. But that's the thing. It's like a lot of women have it in their mind that they don't need that extra help. And or no, they don't need that extra help from him. You see what I'm saying? They'll go get it from everywhere else, but she don't need that extra help from him.
But she does.
Right. So.
But you've got to be able to let him be
True.
who he is, and let him be the head of the household.
Very true. Very true. So, Trinity, you said that the submissive thing, in your opinion, is really not a flex. It's just that she gets basically a hit of dopamine when she hears or feels like she's being independent.
Absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead, keep going. I like this. I haven't been able to do this one all day, where somebody just go down the whole list and run it down from their view.
Okay. How can women complain of no protection for women and children, but it's decenter men? I think with that question, it comes down to two different groups of women, right? Okay. So you may have a group of women that says, yo, I want to protect her. I want somebody to protect me. But then you have another group of women who says, yo, we need to decenter men. So I don't think that the woman who wants the protection wants to decenter men, and I don't think the woman who wants to decenter men desires a man's protection.
Hold on now, sis. This is where I gotta slow you down because we've been all over these TikTok roads, and you have too. And I know you just slid in some of these chats for some of these.
No, actually, this is my 6th day on TikTok.
Oh, honey, you got so
much. I don't know. I haven't been on TikTok streets, so I'm learning.
So listen. All right, so check it out. When you get out here, you start recognizing that you're gonna see two types of groups. You're gonna see the groups that hate men. You're gonna see the groups that hate women. Okay, but they're literally saying the exact same thing on each side. Okay, their arguments are almost identical. They're just saying it different. Okay. Now, the one thing that I peep about these groups is that these same men will be like, oh, well, I want a woman, but she got to be submissive to me. And his mindset's all fucked up, so he don't know how to treat her, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's the woman side of it is, well, I want to protect the provider, but he can't tell me shit.
Okay.
So it's like, that's really what the argument is right now. And everybody's just saying, hey, man, we want somebody to love us and be nice to us and, you know, show us compassion and understanding. And I mean, that's really what all it is. I mean, in my opinion, they just need to get together, hold hands, kumbaya, get this shit out the way so we can move forward with society.
Okay, so if I'm going to go by what you said, right, and just off the cuff, I would say that these women want the protection from men, but they don't understand is that men who comes with the protector's attitude, it's a mindset. So that man who's going to protect the woman is going to be proactive, which means that he's going to make suggestions that is going to alleviate his, it's going to not have him have to go out there to protect. For instance, this is a perfect example. My husband buys all my clothes, right? So I bought a dress. he was in the store. He was there. He paid for it. I brought it home. It was a summer's dress. It was a little bit shorter than my norm, and it was very, very tight. And It was sleeveless. It looked like it could go to the beach or something like that. So we were going out one day to the mall. So I thought, well, this would be a great day for me to wear it for the first time because I'm with my guy, right? So he doesn't have nothing to worry about. Well, unknowingly to me, when I asked him, I was like, babe, how do I look? And he was like, you look good. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, you look real good. And I did my little spin, right? And he was like, yeah, you look so good. That's going to now be your house dress. You need to put something else on. And I knew right away, immediately, what he meant. So I was like, enough said. Because in my mind, I thought that he will not be able to enjoy our time out together because he's going to be in protective mode.
Policing what's going on outside of what y'all got going on at that moment.
Right. So I wanted him to enjoy his time with me outside without him having to be in protective mode, always darting. And, you know, so I just put on another dress that was more loose fitting and a little bit longer. And we had a great day.
Right. Okay, so we at this last question. I feel like this is one of the better questions that I've asked today. So, in your opinion, why do women chase away good men and say that they're happy being single because there are no good men out here? And again, I'm keeping the psychologist in you, so I know you've talked to a lot of women. So, again, like, what is the most common answer to this?
They think they have time. They don't consider that the man they want, other women may want him too, and is not going to put him on hold like she did.
God damn it, I love an educated woman.
Damn.
Gotta love it.
So now that she let that good man go, which was probably her guy, every other guy that she comes across is not going to be her guy, so therefore they're not good. And so she's saying that she's happy to be single because the man that she wants doesn't want her back.
And that, ladies and gents, that is an educated response.
Damn.
Absolutely beautiful. Men have been saying it forever and I can't make this shit up.
Oh my God.
Congrats. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kennedy. I appreciate your responses. Oh my God. So much to chew on here. We got Modest up here, and then Redeem came up here first, so I'm gonna touch base with Redeem. How are you this evening or this afternoon?
I'm doing great. How is everybody doing today?
You know, I'm trying to keep my head above it. You know.
I think you're doing a great job, sir. I just wanted to chime in. I first heard you speaking to someone, getting advice, getting wisdom from someone, and then listening to the lady up under me, under the teacup, listening to her, and it's such a beautiful thing to listen to wisdom. I think that we as women, we should open up our ears to hear what other women have to say.